welcome back to the Limited Queue, hanging out again in Prospect Park. I wanted to talk to you today about new classes of assets, who they're being created for, and exactly who's going to be buying them. Because a lot of it, to me, doesn't make any sense. Just 2 years ago, you had 2, sometimes 3 different options for different types of cards that you wanted to buy for your deck. You had regular foils, you had regular cards, like a normal person, and you sometimes had extended full arts. In the last 2 years, mostly throughout COVID, we've seen the expansion of these options to include 5, 6, maybe 7 different types of cards, or 8 if you want to include old school foils. So right now we're looking at options between a regular foil, a regular card, an extended art card, an extended art foil. There's the promo packs that have a little hologram on the picture. There's an old school card, an old school foil from Time Spiral Remastered, and then there's etched foils. That's 8, and I might be missing some. That's not counting Secret Lair alternative arts. That's not counting other promos that exist. Or it's not counting pre-release promos, which are rares and mythics only. The amount of options that we as buyers have over the last 2 years has grown exponentially. I understand the old model. The old model has cheap people buying cheap cards, which are non-foil regular pack cards. And it has whales buying inexpensive cards, which was either foil full arts or just foil pack or pack foils when they were available. With all of these in-between classes, so we have 6 different in-between classes, from promo pack cards, from the list cards, we've got everything in between. I don't understand what buyer is the appropriate market for these in-between cards. If you're not a cheapo who just wants to play Magic at your Friday night at your F&M, and if you're not a whale that needs your entire commander deck to be pimped to the brim, who's buying these cards in between? What does it mean? I honestly don't know. I don't know, nor can I envision the player that needs one of these in-between cards, which I say interestingly because I actually am one of those players. I personally prefer full art non-foil. But this division amongst players, I think, is going to create micro niches of people that prefer different cards, and these middle of the road variants are going to languish and eventually be worth basically about as much as the regular pack cards. Already, if you look at cards that I think are going to be in demand, like Thieving Skydiver, a regular pack card is $1.34 and a pack foil is $1.44. For the 10-cent difference, does it matter? Not really. Because there's nobody to buy the regular art, the regular traditional art foil. That market doesn't exist. They're creating new versions and variants of cards for people and buyers and players that don't exist. What does this mean? It's either going to go one of 2 ways, where everything is worthless other than the top tier, with top tier being right now etched foils and foil full arts. However, in the future, when they release etched foil full arts, you guys need to understand that the goalpost is constantly going to be changing. It is within Wizards' benefit to have players consistently revising, changing, and upgrading their decks. They want you buying cards, and this is how they're going to do it. So, as the goalpost constantly moves, the market's going to go in one of 2 ways, where either everything is going to be worthless, meaning that which is what we see now with regular foils being just 10 cents off of a regular card, which I don't know is good, if it's good for the collectors, or over time these products are going to differentiate. It will. The question being, in 5 years from now, is there going to be a marketable niche of people looking for regular foil versions of a card? I genuinely don't know. I don't know how this is going to pan out. but I do think it's interesting. I think that prices right now on regular foils, on non-foil full arts, and even the, whatever they call it, the promo pack with the little hologram in it from the list, I think the prices are really good on those right now. I think that there are certain cards that are investable. Personally, I just bought 150 something regular foil thieving skydivers. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But for the 10-cent difference between regular cards and regular foil cards, I think it's worth it to find out. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to the Limited Queue. Here we are again at Prospect Park, Brooklyn, New York.